You ever wake up and realize your whole life's about to turn upside down before breakfast? That's what it felt like that night on the Texas prairie, moonlight catching on broken glass and gun barrels. Me, Eliza Freeman, standing back to back with a Comanche war chief, broken shield, while a pack of bounty hunters circled, teeth bared, ready to burn down everything we'd built just to get their hands on 3 kids who didn't fit anyone's neat little boxes. Let me back up a sec because no one really knows how it started, not even me, and Lord knows I was right there for every bloody, beautiful moment. 14 years earlier, before the gunfire, before the stairs, before anyone ever whispered half-breed, like it was a curse, I was just a tired midwife on the Texas frontier, barely scraping by, trading new lives for sacks of cornmeal. Folks only remembered I existed when a baby needed coaxing into this world. Otherwise, a black healer was someone to be forgotten, maybe feared. That's how it was until I heard that cry echo down the ravine at sunset, desperate, hungry, the kind of sound that claws right through your bones. Found her there, a young Comanche woman already gone, blood dark on red earth, army boot prints all around, and 3 newborns squirming beside her, slick with birth, so tiny I thought the wind might just take him if I blinked. Let me tell you, Texas has its rules, and none of them forgive a black woman for helping Indians or mixed-blood children, least of all. But those babies, something in me moved. Call it fate, call it foolishness. I wrapped them in my shawl, stole the turquoise necklace from their mother's neck, and promised her I'd keep them safe. Named them for the stars, because out there, sometimes stars are all you gotta guide Uriel, Sirius, and Vega. You want to talk about different? They were different as summer and winter, but somehow always moved like one. I'd turn my back, one would cry, and before I even heard it, the other 2 were already on their feet. One got sick, the rest went restless, hearts tied together by something deeper than blood. When they were 7, Riel asked why they didn't look like me. I told them the truth, at least part of it. You came from Comanche people. Found you where your mother left this world. Where's our father? They always ask. I never had an answer that didn't ache. Years rolled on. Drought choked the land, and folks got mean when they got desperate. Word started getting around about the black woman on the edge of town, raising 3 strange kids speaking in tongues. Folks like Reverend Wade, he made it his business to ask questions no one wanted to answer. Call my children half-breed abominations, right in the street. That night, I finally showed the kids their mother's necklace, told them stories about a Comanche chief whose wife vanished in an army raid, about vengeance that rides like a storm across the plains. Twist of fate, or maybe just the way these things go. In evening, Sirius spotted a shadow on the ridge, moonlight glinting off metal. Next day, he's gone, just tracks left in the wet grass, a Comanche warrior, wounded and desperate. Not long after, Sirius found him half dead by the creek, bleeding into the mud, too stubborn to die. The kids dragged him to the barn and patched him up. They didn't know, not yet, but that man was Broken Shield, their father, the same war chief the army spent years hunting, the same man who left no survivors. Now, Broken Shield was a ghost, haunted by loss, his wife gone, his people driven to the edge. He woke to my kids hovering, curious, wild-eyed, too smart for their own good. Didn't take long for the truth to claw its way out. When he learned who they were, when I told him about Baldwin Creek, the massacre, the necklace, his face broke just for a second. They're mine, he said, voice all gravel and pain. They're mine now, I shot back. Days blended together. He taught the kids things I never could: how to move silent, how to pray to the old spirits, how to hold their heads high even when the world called them monsters. And then, just as peace was starting to feel possible, thunder rolled, not the weather kind, but the sound of horses, boots, and angry men. Army scouts on one side, bounty hunters on the other, Reverend Wade whipping the town into a frenzy. All of them out for blood, out to cleanse the land of what they didn't understand. I hid Broken Shield in the root cellar, told the army my unusual children just had a taste for Indian crafts. Threats flew. So did bullets, not yet, but you could feel in the air, thick and wild. When the storm finally broke, it wasn't just soldiers. Comanche families arrived, tired and beaten, nowhere else to run. Settler families I'd healed over the years showed up too, debts paid in loyalty. Strange allies, I know, But out here, sometimes kindness is all you've got to offer. Kids became the bridge riel, serious, Vega translating, connecting, fighting for a place to belong. That's when the big twist hit. Captain Hollister, the man who'd spent years chasing Broken Shield, showed up not to fight, but to confess. Turns out the massacre at Baldwin Creek, it wasn't just soldiers following orders. Reverend Wade had lied, set the army loose so he could get at the copper under Comanche land. Hollister had tried to stop it, tried to warn my husband, the Buffalo soldier who died, tried to save women and children. The same soldier whose flag Broken Shield had carried all these years. It all came to a head that last night bounty hunters ringed the homestead, lanterns swinging, Reverend Wade barking demands. Hand over the half-breed children, or everyone burns. Broken Shield stepped out, unarmed but unbroken, told them the truth in front of God and everyone. Claimed his children, claimed me as their mother, shined a light on Wade's greed and lies. Bullets flew anyway. Wade shot first, but chaos turned on him. One of his own men turned, gun smoke curling, justice finally catching up. In the madness, my kids stood firm, Vega offering medicine to Wade, Riel and Sirius standing guard, showing the world they belonged to both sides, or maybe neither. As dawn broke, most bounty hunters slipped away. Soldiers hauled Wade off in chains, and what was left was USA family, battered, stitched together from loss and hope. And then the kicker, Washington, ordered all Comanche removed to reservations. 1 month, maybe less. That night, Broken Shield vanished, choosing exile over bringing more trouble down on our heads. Eliza, I know, you're their mother in all the ways that matter, he said. But the kids, they need both sides, both stories. What came next? Well, you tell me. The valley was named Experimental Territory, a place where enemies lived as neighbors, where old rules bent under the weight of new hopes. Inspectors coming in a month to decide if it would last. Broken Shield left me the Buffalo Soldier's flag, pressed it into my hands, a silent promise that maybe, just maybe, we could build something better out here on the edge of everything. So, you ask me if it's over? Not a chance. Our family's still caught between worlds. Every sunrise, another question: what shape does justice take out here? Who gets to decide what's right, what's wrong, who belongs, who gets left behind? Yeah, that happened. Now tell me, if you were standing on this prairie, gun smoke still hanging in the air, kids at your back, future wide open and dangerous, what would you do? I want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts below. Let's talk about justice, about family, about who gets to write the ending to a story like this.